Hello, this video is made possible and brought to you by my supporters on Patreon, also my members on YouTube, or my one member on YouTube. Minasan, hontou ni arigatou gozaimasu. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily good life meditation, an exercise that I do each and every morning, a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:46 a.m. I do this to remember my life principles and objectives, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. Wait, what? So I sign and send my book to people that I can, and I said that was my display copy was the last one. I gave that to Gary. This, I just needed something to fill the spot. This is the very first copy of Going Alone that I ever produced. Look how thin it is. I've added so much since then. Just take a quick look. This is your first copy. The sections were just my introduction, my muse is a corpse, the path of wildness, going alone, the good life, the stoic life, the anxiety hike, my God is a little God. So there's no chapter like the cast isn't there. I wonder how many objectives and principles there were back then. Six objectives back then, and 20 principles. Wow. Wow. Glad I kept this. It's interesting to see what was actually there. Wow. Anyway, old copy. This book I wrote to talk about my story, going into deep wilderness alone, encountering the emptiness therein, realizing that emptiness pervades everything. In fact, that there is no intrinsic meaning to the universe or to life, no intrinsic meaning to life, other than seemingly the innate mandate to reproduce, to survive and to reproduce. Pardon me. Ultimately to reproduce. To see our genes successfully into another generation. Preferably to get to the point to see our grandkids and then get the hell out of the way. At least for humans. Enough to see grandkids. Other species is different, but that mandate seems to pervade life. Anyway, I'm off track. I use this time to go over those now 8 objectives and 35 principles. I also use the time to reflect on the last 24 hours, including last night. I think about the coming day. I prepare myself for death, and then I'm done. I start my day. But I always like to lead off with a poem, so I'm going to read again from the poem Beauty that I read yesterday. Oh, I forgot to look up this word, Pewit. I don't know what it means, P-E-W-I-T. Here we go. Edward Thomas. Beauty. Sometimes it takes a couple of passes at a good poem, or even a bad poem, to get its meaning. What does it mean? Tired, angry, and ill at ease. No man, woman, or child alive could please me now. And yet I almost dare to laugh because I sit and frame an epitaph. I always have a hard time with that word. You know, kind of on a grave. Here lies all that no one loved of him, and that loved no one. Here lies all that no one loved of him, and that loved no one. Then, in a trice that whim has wearied, I need to look up that word too. Trice. Doesn't it mean 3 times? But it doesn't make sense, and I don't see the meaning of 3. Then, in a trice that whim has wearied, but then in a trice that whim has wearied. But though I am like a river at fall of evening, while it seems that never has the sun lighted it or warmed it, while cross breezes cut the surface of a file. But though I am like a river at fall of evening, while it seems that never has the sun lighted it or warmed it, while cross breezes cut the surface to a file, Jeez, I see that. I've been at rivers like that time of the day, when it seems like no sun has lighted it or warmed it, and a cross breezes cut the surface, which seems impenetrable. Impenetrable because no one would want to penetrate it, stick a foot or a hand in. I've seen rivers like that in the approach of night. This heart has some, but wearied, no. But though I am like a river at fall of evening, while it seems that never has the sun lighted it or warmed it, while cross breezes cut the surface to a file, this heart, some fraction of me, happily floats through the window, even now to a tree down in the misting, dim lit, quiet vale, not like a pewit that returns to wail for something it has lost, but like a dove that slants unswerving to its home and love. There I find my rest, and though the dusk air, and through the dusk air flies what yet lives in me, beauty is there. I'm starting to see this, what's coming through on the other side of that dark picture that he writes with his words. We'll read again tomorrow. As for yesterday and last night, good sleep last night. Good, very good sleep. Yet I'm still a little tired. Great day yesterday. Unlike yesterday was a day like childhood. That's a good way to describe it. Like when I was 9 or 8, or freer still, on a weekend or a summer day, when the dawn came and I woke when ready, had a satisfying breakfast of cereal perhaps and milk and toast, and then was off into the day, which just passed like 72 hours in a single, from the time the sun was out to the sun going down, and each hour filled with meaningful activity. And the night came, and that too. That's exactly what yesterday was like. I feel bad saying this because I know that there are others who can't, for whatever reason, experience it, but I believe it's due to my coming retirement, my preparation for it. My mind is adjusting and adapting and finding ways to fill empty days, or free days is a better word, with contrived meaning. I was thinking also about that because I do feel sad for those that are my age but can't retire for whatever reason. I was thinking that there's another way. Simplicity, deep, abiding simplicity. The simplicity of a one-bedroom apartment, a library card for entertainment, and base, delicious sustenance. I like that. Write that down. I wonder if I can do something with this. A studio or a one-bedroom library card, base, sustenance. I wonder what it would take to fulfill that. How much that would cost every month. Anyway, I'm going to maybe work that into something. Maybe AI can help me to flesh that out. Maybe a project, huh? Good day yesterday. As for, the good life, we need to do that. My 8 objectives. Well, let's just, out of curiosity, let's just read what the original objectives and principles look like here. The good life. It was just this little thing, no illustrations at all. 6 objectives. These are to be, it says, I'll just read it the way it is. Be always ready to die, good and effective use of time, the development and maintenance of good, sound life principles, the cultivation of good emotional reactions, the performance of good actions, the recognition of true limits and true opportunities. So far, those are all in the proper order. After that, that's the last one, number 6. After that is do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and then balance. So those, all this time, all these years, I've just added those last 2 principles, objectives, that is. 20 principles, wow. Now I know this is going to be very different, just 20. I've added 15 since then. This was published, I think, in 2018, late 2018. 20 principles. The principle of war, the principle of reason, homunculus, the home of good and evil. Purpose, atomic principle, principle of nature, the principle of maturity, the social principle, the feast of Offal, temperance, agency and the great indifference. Wow, all kinds of stuff missing. The best seat in the house, the path of wildness, the risk of avoiding risk. Where's the great life adventure? It's way over there. There it is. The season of philosophy, arena and utility. That's it. What a simple creed, or simpler at least. Just leave that there. I'm going to tackle it. I'll tackle it more tomorrow. As for today, it's a day off, my Saturday off, so I'll do all of this, type up my words, read the Bible. Still going slowly through the book of Mark in the Gospels. Then I'll feed the dogs, feed myself, do a couple things, and then I'll head off to the beach to do my book reading. Be reading the introduction. I made another full pass through the book. I do have don't I have it? Yeah, I think it's in my bag. The beach copy of Going Alone. It's all beat up. That's my proper property. I need that to read at the beach. We'll call that that. Then I'll come home to clean the house, go shopping with my wife, have a lunch with her, and then, just wrap the day up as we always do. What else? Oh, am I ready for death? Are my affairs in order? Yes. Are my relationships sound? Yes. Is my life's work complete? Yes. Maybe that's one of the reasons I felt so good yesterday, because I had spent about 2 hours in the morning illustrating a copy of Going Alone to give to Gary. Again, this is thanks to my Patreon supporters and my YouTube members, the one of you. You guys make that possible, helping me to buy the books and helping me to pay the shipping, to send these for free. That felt really good, illustrating that book. It's not sent out yet. It's sitting on the table over there. I'll be meeting Gary in person. I think that's good enough. I'll wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care. I will move forward and up. I will rarely stop, and I will never